currently 7-1 and 5-0 in SEC play after mounting one of the most impressive comebacks in program history against LSU, defeating the Tigers 38-23 after trailing 17-7 at halftime. Now, the first-year head coach Mike Elko opted last week to go with redshirt freshman quarterback Marcel Reed to replace the struggling starting QB Conner Weigman. This led to 5 consecutive scoring drives, including 3 rushing touchdowns for Reed, who was virtually unstoppable in the second half. Steve, who should start?
Marcel Reed. When you talk about what they're going into, again, this is another team. This is their toughest game so far this season. You talk about Willie B at night, that defense, they're off a bye. They got 2 weeks, I'm sure, in the bye week. They worked against both quarterbacks, and now you really own in on those two. So he only threw 2 passes last week and went 2 for 2, and he was the best player on the field. But I look at tonight as a huge spot for A&M, and I would go at Reed because of his mobility against that defense of South Carolina.
Yeah, especially that pass rush. I mean, those guys on the edge, man, like that's genuinely going to be one of just, if we're talking matchup on matchup, to me that's the most exciting one that we're going to see.
No doubt, my favorite game of the day.
Well, what I love about South Carolina, it's not like they're allergic to running quarterbacks. Number one, Lenore Sellers, I call him AKA Rex Specs. That's what he does. So you see it every day in practice. They played against Alabama already. They played against Ole Miss. They played against Jackson Arnold in Oklahoma. So they've had games on their schedule where they defend the quarterback run. When you look at guys like Kyle Kennard and Dylan Stewart, those guys aren't just pass rushers. Those guys are playing the run effectively as well.
Okay, but as a wide receiver, how different are these two quarterbacks?
Oh, very different. Steve just mentioned Marcel Reed came in the game last week and threw 2 passes.
Right.
So selfishly, as a wide receiver, you're saying to yourself, I don't want him in the game. But if you're a team guy, you have in your mind and you say, you know what, I need to do everything in my power to make sure I block on the edges, whether it's safeties, corners. It's a team game. It's a team goal. You're trying to make it to the college football playoffs. It's selflessness. It's not big for Texas A&M right now, especially where they're trying to go. They've dealt with that in the past when they had their previous coach. I don't need to mention him by name, and we all know what it is. But I think in order to get to where you got to go, it has to be a hunger for a team goal, not an individual goal, but it's a drastic difference when you have someone that can drop back and throw you the ball as a wide receiver versus someone who's going to sit back there and run that zone read with the running back. It's a major difference.
One time, there's no way you ever put Rex Specs on. No way. No that cute face? No way.
Steve,
I'm
supposed to wear glasses since middle school, and I've never put them on. The glasses are still at home. The contacts are still at home. You would never see me with them on.
I knew it.
You can wear contacts and you can't see those.
Nope, I'm fine. My eyes are
I got
sensitive.
contacts. I'm blind as a bat.